Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. So, excuse me, today's video we're going to be using the kit from December with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to be actually working on the sketch from last week's, or the first week of this month, uh, sketch challenge. So this is it right here. I actually found this on Pinterest and thought it looked like it would be something fun to work on. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I'm taking the basil cardstock that came in the kit, and I'm going to attach segments. This is actually like a piece of scrap from the last project that I was working on. And so I'm just going to take this and another little piece with the really pretty blue and white flowers. And I'm just putting that right on the bottom edge. And then adding some art glitter glue just to uh, give it that added time that I can move it around and get everything kind of where I want it. And on some of the edges here, I'm just trying to kind of curl it up. I think I wind up putting it back down, but just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then on the bottom there, on the bottom edge, I'm just taking my scissors and I'm just going to cut, going in some, coming back up, so that way I can add a piece of the pattern or a strip of the paper that I had right to the bottom of that as well. And if I had thought about it, because I knew I wanted to use some of the blue and white flower paper down here on the bottom too, I wouldn't have used as much glue and tape in the section where I wanted to add it. But we're just going to continue on, and I'll go back to that later. So right now I'm just putting the photo on top of some, uh, what is that stuff called? Tissue paper. And we're going to attach that to the pattern paper because I do like this particular pattern paper that's on uh, the purpley blue color paper is on the back side. And I like it, but I didn't want it to stand out as much as it was, so using the tissue paper helped kind of tone it down some. You can see it right there. There's some of the purple, um, the part of the paper that was the purple. And then here, I'm just going to add some tape, a little bit of art glitter glue, and then I'm going to put the foam tape down on that. And then right around in here is where I'm going to have the paper. And we're going to start. I didn't do any gesso or anything like that, but I felt like because the basil is a thicker paper, that it would definitely handle some of the different color. And I knew I wanted to keep that color kind of right in the area where I'm going to be putting the photo. So I'm just adding water, mixing it up, the one with the, what is it, the wisteria lane, the shimmers. And I'm just laying that down, trying to get it to move around some. And I could have sprayed with a water bottle to help move it around, but I wasn't trying to make it too wet. I wanted to just make sure to spread it around and get that color. And then on this one, I wanted to use it more for the splatter to give it like a deeper purple. Excuse me. And then taking the gold, which is the gold glimmer. It's a blings. Mix that up so then that way we can add some gold to different areas and then also do a little bit of splatter with that as well. And every time I start with the shimmers, I always forget to, I should have just pulled my cubby out. Because let me tell you, some of those, when I go to splatter, sometimes it feels like it'd be spraying all over the place. And I'm just laying it kind of over the area so I can make sure, everything that I'm liking how it's basically starting to form. So I'm just going to heat it with the heat tool. Make sure it gets nice and dry. And then once that's done, we'll probably, I think I start by putting the photo down and start building up my scene here. And I think right there is where I'm going to put it. So once that's down, then we're going to go ahead and we'll grab some of the chipboard, not chipboard. I have a couple of the flowers left, so we're going to put that down. Then we also have some of the gold foil wood veneer pieces. We'll be using that. And then, of course, some of the puffy stickers. So we're going to work on that right now, grabbing those and figuring out where I wanted to put what pieces, stuff like that. And I trim them down so that way I can glue it and attach it. I'm using the fabric tack uh, glue to put down the flower and the stems with the leaves actually. And that's going to be this particular section. And then the other flower I have, which is more tan, I'm actually going to attach to the bottom, which I'm going to flip here on the side so you can see it. And you can see I did get the little bit of that blue paper right in there. I did have to lift it up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and get this added. And then once I get these underneath, I'm going to attach the two leaves. And that's the flowers. And then I'm also going to go ahead and, like I said, grab the veneer, the wood veneers. I was going to use that big piece, but it was like way too big. So I just grabbed a little small one. And here I'm trying to slide it underneath. It turns out I do towards the end, I take that from that spot and put it on top of the paper. And then I'm just adding pieces to the bottom right and left where the photo is. And then I'm going to take one more of them and put it over by the flower. And then we're going to grab the puffy stickers. And on the puffy stickers, I wanted to use as much of it as I could. There were some hearts, so I'm putting those around. And then I'm also going to take some of the sentiments and put them down by where I'm going to put the sentiment or the title for it, for the layout. So we're just laying those down. And I'm including the puffy stickers in different areas. It's hard to see, and I apologize for that. For the bottom part where I'm adding stuff, I did decide not to use any of the gold trim, but I do wind up grabbing the sequins and sprinkling the layout with those to add a little bit of bling bling and sparkle to it. And when I'm using sequins, a lot of times I would use the multimedia mat, but in this case I did use the art glitter glue because I had the bottle out already, and I'm going to use that with my reverse tweezers to get everything put on. And I'm going to wind up doing that off screen. Now that all of the sequins are attached though, now I have my cubby out, and I'm going to take the black distress ink and do some splattering. And then I'm also going to use the white picket fence to do some splattering as well. And I just slid that down so I could have more room to get to the top, to make sure that all the areas are covered. And I did the white mostly on top of the color paper, excuse me, the color cardstock, and then the flowers as well to give it a little bit of a highlight. And for me, it really, I love doing the splatters because it tends to make the project feel completed. And I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use the happy thoughts from the puffy stickers. They also have a seize the day. I felt like I wanted to go with the hello instead, and then you can see some more of the puffy stickers all around it. And then I got this new Heidi Swap, I guess it's like a stamp, and I wanted to date it. I can't remember when exactly I took the picture, so I just used the date of when I completed the layout, which was the 6th of January. And I dated it, and it's all done. So now we're going to have close-ups of everything. And like I said, I thank you guys for joining me. I've been, since after Christmas, I've been fighting with bronchitis and sinusitis. I think that's how you say it. I was just sick. I was very sick. So I'm glad to be back in the swing of things. Making these videos, and you can see up close the splatters, the colors with the sprinkle of the sequins and the puffy stickers. Just add different layers to the project. Okay, so at the end here, I will have links to previous layouts that we've done, and down below you'll see links to the scrapbooking with me, the .com, and my coupon code, which is TT15, if you find anything that you're interested in. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day.